Hey there everyone, TC here again. Today we're at Wassup Lake again, but this time we're going to be hiking the Narragansett Trail in the other direction from the video I made earlier in the year. So this hike will take us from Wassup Lake down the Narragansett Trail out to Route 2. We're here in North Stonington off of Wassup Lake Road, and the trail will end at Ryder Road, which is right off of Route 2 in North Stonington. So the whole hike will be in North Stonington. The leaves are starting to change now because it's late September, so I'm hoping there'll be some good color around the pond when we get there. But this is another very beautiful section of trail out here in the Pachaug State Forest, so enjoy. So we're going to be hiking the Narragansett Trail from Wassup Lake here out to Ryder Road near Route 2 here. I don't know how well this is going to come out. I'll try to highlight it on the video, but it goes along this route here. There's a nice pond here to walk by all the way out to Route 2. So it's a little beaver pond out here. The Narragansett Trail used to go by this beaver dam, but the beaver screwed up the waterway here so much that they rerouted the trail because it was hard to follow. This is only maybe 40 feet off the trail, so it's a cool little spot to just stop, enjoy for a few moments. Such a beautiful, beautiful fall day here today. There's some leaves starting to change here, but there's not very much yet. So that means the pond the bigger pond we're going to come out to, the old farm pond is buried out here in the woods. Probably doesn't have a lot of color yet either, but This is one of the streams you pass along this hike. Behind me here is the pond we're coming up to. It's a beautiful spot out here in the woods, very quiet, nice place to get some cool views. There's usually beaver out there, beaver huts. This section of forest is very, very nice. It's a beautiful fall day here in New England. Perfect temperature for hiking. So there's Nikki next to a very, very big, looks like an oak tree. You find many of these really big oak trees out here in this forest, which is cool because in New England all the forests are relatively new. So to find some really big, girthy oak trees out here is kind of fun. Means that they've been here a while. Means this has been a pretty healthy forest for a long time now, and adds to the beauty of this hike. So this is the start of the pond here. Starts very swampy. It opens up a little bit further down the trail here. There's just a little bit of fall color starting, but it hasn't been cold enough at night yet to really give us good color yet. Maybe if we're lucky, there'll be a little bit more color on the other side, but there's some trees here that are starting to change. I bet in another week it'll be beautiful out here. So I figured I'd videotape this section of trail trail here goes along the side of the pond, but just wanted to show this little section because this is growing in and hard to follow. And you can see, probably be like this most of the side of the pond. This is always growing in the summer. Lots of thorns and stuff you gotta watch out for. Glad I brought my sticks today. Wearing long pants was another good decision. But this spot is beautiful. This is such a beautiful place out here. That right there is Beaver Hut. There's actually a little beaver trail here that I followed to get down to the shoreline. Leaves are just starting to change along the edge of this pond, but there's less color than I was hoping there'd be today. This is one of them old farm ponds that would have been built probably a couple hundred years ago when the farmers first came over from Europe, when Connecticut had no forests. And this place was abandoned by the farmers at some point and turned back into, state forest. The beavers have since moved in and deepened the pond a little bit. You can see a little ghost forest over there on the other side that's been killed by the rising water. And the beavers have made a beautiful habitat for them to exist in. They've got a nice swampy pond, lots of lily pads. I'm sure there's all kinds of cool things that live in this pond. There's a beaver right there. Check that out. But there goes the beaver to his hut. That's really cool. See all kinds of cool stuff out here in the woods of Pachaug State Forest, especially out here on the Narragansett Trail in North Stonington. That's really cool. So we're up on the dam now, the old dam that's here on this pond. This beautiful, beautiful pond out here. There's a beaver hut right there. And there's a beaver run here. There's a beaver run here. There's another beaver run here. All these little spots of the beavers come up and out of the water and over this dam. Go find some bark to eat and shit. And here is the beaver dam itself that has made this pond deeper. So now we're off to the Yawbux Valley overlook. This pond has been about a 1.5 mile hike in from Wassup Lake Road. And this probably is about the halfway point, so I'm assuming probably be another 1.5 miles to the end of this trail on Ryder Road. But we'll let you know when we get there. Here is a cool little stream crossing that we come across just downriver, or downstream I should say, of the farm pond that we were just at with the beavers. Got these big boulders you hop across. And let's see how well Nikki does. Here's Nikki crossing the stream. Give you an idea of how cool it is to cross. There we go. The other thing I'm finding on this trail today is just like that lost section of the Pachaug trail, if you're not good at following trails, this may not be the best hike for you, because some of the spots are pretty hard to continue to follow the trail. They kind of growing in, the markers are a little bit scarce at times, and there's little trails that jet off. So if you're not good at following trails, I don't suggest, you know, hiking this trail. Now we're off to the, what is it, the Yawbux Valley overlook. Look at this. I do believe this is chicken of the woods. For any of you mushroom heads out there, I believe these are chicken of the woods, but I'm not good at mushrooms. But if I am correct, that means they're one of the more sought after and edible mushrooms you find out in the forest. This does look like an oak tree that they're growing off of, which would make sense because that's what they grow off of. But I think it's beautiful. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to leave it alone. We've seen lots of mushrooms out along our hike, but this is by far the coolest so far. Just a really awesome day out here in the Pachaug State Forest. Welcome to the Yawbux Valley overlook, or should I say what's left of the overlook. There's a lot of trees growing in, just like in all the other places I've been hiking lately. The forests here are growing back in, and these lookouts are slowly going away as the forest takes back over. Not necessarily a bad thing, you just don't get a view, quite as good of a view on these hikes as you used to. We're very close to Ryder Road now. You may be able to hear the traffic in the background. That's probably Route 2. So according to Nikki, we've gone about 2¼ miles from where we parked at Wassup Lake to get to this point. I can't imagine there's much more than a ½ mile left down to Ryder Road. And like I said, that's where we'll end this. So we made it to the end of our hike. Ryder Road is right down here. There's a nice little parking area, I believe, down over here. But it's been a very beautiful hike. We still have to hike that all the way back, so we'll still be in the woods for quite a while. But there's a little parking area on the side of Ryder Road down here. Right here. I mean, you can come up here. I guess this is open, so I guess you could come up here and park wherever you wanted to park. So our hike today ends at Ryder Road in North Stonington, right next to the Ryder Road Route 2 and Route 201 intersection. And Nikki, how far did we go? 2.70, so almost 2¾ miles. But we still have that hike to go back, so what was that, 2¾ miles? So that'll bring us up to, let's see, 5½, be about 5½ miles altogether by the time we get back. So hope you enjoyed, and click follow so you can always see my new videos and watch me next time.